The new old Huayra is back. Because for 20 points in winter of Series 29, you can go ahead and grab yourself the Pagani Huayra from 2012. And yeah, it has a really difficult to pronounce name. Huayra, I don't know. Now we've got a lot of Huayras and Paganis in the game already, but this one is boasting 700 horsepower, 737 foot-pounds of torque, while weighing just a shade under 3,000 pounds with a 5.98 litre engine. And to be honest, it does look pretty cool indeed. And the flaps that you see at the front and at the back also go ahead and move. They're kind of like active aero when you're turning. Speaking of the back, it does look pretty cool indeed. Now, going to the inside, it does look like pretty much every other Pagani I've seen so far, but I do like it. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a listen to that engine, shall we? Okay, here we are now over at the upgrade shop, so we're jumping straight to conversion and over to engine swaps. We've only got one available, which is the 6 litre V12 racing engine, taking our total up to 739 brake horsepower. Well, that's without additions, and we can go ahead and also make this thing all-wheel drive should we wish to, which we are going to do in a bit, and also takes our acceleration and launch up to 10. Going to aero and appearance, we have got, what do we have? Just a Forza aero for the front, and I'm going to guess it's the Forza wing for the back. Am I right? Yeah. We really need new aero. Now this thing starts out right at the top of S1 900 with semi-slick racing tyres, and we can go up to full slicks as well should we wish to. But however, I do have a tune waiting for us, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. And here it is, once again made by our friendly local tune maker, Big Macintosh 762. There is a tune out for the Pagani Huayra, and this is the share code should you wish to go ahead and download it, a bit like I'm about to do now. And oh wow, what do we have? 1,144 brake horsepower out of this thing. Oh my god, I'm mildly concerned. Okay, scratch the mildly, make that majorly concerned. So going over to the paint shop, we actually have advanced paint groups for once. Paint group number 1 being the main body of the car. And what is paint group number 2? Let's go ahead and find out, shall we? It is... it's these little things at the side. Okay, it's very interesting and very... interesting colour scheme. We're not going to roll with that, but we are going to roll with the 2 manufacturer colours that we've got. I'm going to stick with the red for now. Can I have my solo car please? Are you about to crash? What's going on here, game? Fill me in. What are you doing? Game? Hello? Hello? Is this going to crash? I feel like it is. Well, one game restart later and finally we're back loading, but this is a very, very interesting car indeed. I've not had the luxury of seeing a Pagani Huayra like this out in the wild. I really, really wish I could, because this thing does look like a genuinely incredible car, and I believe it's been in the Forza series since, I want to say, Horizon 2. Not too sure on that one, so anybody that does know, go ahead and let me know in the comments. And away we go. Now you'll notice there is a slight colour difference between the previous couple clips and now, because I had to restart my entire console and it didn't save the paint, which is honestly kind of a blessing for all of our eyes, I think, because that paint wasn't exactly the nicest. Anyway, let's go ahead and see what we get out of this thing with a stupid amount of power. We're up in S2 against the likes of a Hennessy Venom GT and also the Lamborghini Aventador. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with this thing. Okay, update, it's been literally 2 corners, we're up in second. This thing is absolutely nuts. If you get a chance to, I'd definitely say go ahead and grab this thing, because just from the immediate start we've had, this thing is just stupid fast. We've overtaken another Aston Martin as well. I want to say that's maybe the Valhalla concept car. I'm not too sure. If you want to see me do a video on the Aston Martin Valkyrie, by the way, go ahead and let me know that in the comments as well. Now, a fun fact about these, apparently this was made with Pagani in collaboration with Mercedes AMG. I believe that was to do with something about the engine that was put in this thing. But due to that, only 100 Pagani Huayras were ever made. So if you happen to spot one, they're quite a rare car to get indeed. Well, there we go, one more turn to go. Everybody's right behind us, but across the line we go with a very, very nice first place indeed, and a time of 1 minute 40, which might be our fastest yet. So, quite a very, very interesting race indeed. Now we're back over at the upgrade shop, and I think you know where we're going with this already. We are slapping back in the 6 litre V12, apparently that tune was running. We're going to go ahead and we're of course going to go and twin turbo it, and we're making this thing all wheel drive as well, because we're making this thing a little bit of a drag tune. In the meantime, my incredible team of researchers, of me with my phone, have managed to find out that the price of one of these would have been roughly around 700,000 British pound. or rather to a correction of that, 730,000. So I mean, if you find one of these and you've got that much money lying around, you know, might be worth a little investment here and there. And for those of you out in the US of A, that is around 936,000 US dollar. So all in all, like our previous stats, this thing sits at 1,144 brake horsepower, fully upgraded, and 2,600 odd pounds in weight, which is actually kind of scary for a power to weight ratio. Although I know there's going to be experts in the comments telling me that it's completely off, but you know what, it looks good to me. And now all I have to do is sit here and tune a 7-speed gearbox. This might take some time. Ooh, that sunset's looking nice. Anyway, here we are now over the edge of the festival, so let's go ahead and get a little bit of a wheelie check. Do we get anything? Nope, that's a shame. Anyway, over to the drive strip we go. Alright, here we are now lined up. Let's go ahead, get on launch control, and away we go. Let's go ahead and see what we can get out of this thing. I completely stuffed up the edge of first gear there, but oh well, let's go ahead and see what we get. Anyway, I'm hoping maybe for 200 by the time we get to the camera. We've got 204, not too bad. And off the end of the runway, we have got ourselves 228. And actually, for this thing, a decent set of brakes for once. Never thought I'd see the day where I say that. In the meantime, let's go ahead and slap back on some road going tyres. We'll go, of course, with the semis just to make life a little easier on ourselves. And we're going to go ahead and throw this thing back onto some racing suspension, which we'll find just here. And now let's go ahead and test this thing out for its top speed. So here in the Forza shop for the week, we've got the Porsche 906 from 1966, which will be the ideal car for you to have as you'll need it for this week's weekly challenge. We've also got Senko's tank top, the Ring Emote, the Horizon Super Wheel Spin, the Mustang Shelby GT350R, and we've also got the regular Horizon Wheel Spin too. Right, out to the motorway. No, I'm sure most of that made me sound professional. Oh wait, is this thing on? Okay, so here we are now at the edge of the motorway. I should have painted the thing in an even brighter colour, but oh well. Let's go ahead and get ourselves back on launch control, and away we go for the top speed test. Now, I'm hoping a car like this, given its nice little heritage, might try and get to, I want to say around 240. Well, let's be fair, if we keep hitting transit vans, we're not going to get there very quickly. Okay, and out of the speed zone at 252.99 miles an hour, which is actually pretty good and definitely exceeded the expectations I had for this thing. However, now we've still got an extra gear to go, a downhill and a speed camera, so I'll meet you there. Through the camera we go at 269.6 and going downhill to a 71272. And I think that's probably all we're about to get out of this thing, which is, to be fair, not too bad at all, considering this thing has nearly 1,150 brake horsepower, which is honestly, in of itself, absolutely insane. And now we're going to go ahead and take the, what is essentially a $1 million hypercar drifting. Let's go ahead and see what we get out of this thing. Not too great so far, and out the first attempt at 34,847. But now we go ahead and swing this thing around and go back for attempt number 2. Okay, here we go, throwing this thing into the drift zone. Let's go ahead and see what we can do. We've got to try and beat a 34,000, but I don't think that's going to happen. Nope, 32,051. This thing is just way too grippy to be able to drift properly. I mean, that is unless he's some mad person who just knows how to make anything drift. Although, to be fair, I might give it another shot after I finish this video. In the meantime, that is this video on the Pagani Huayra. It is quite an interesting car indeed. In fact, I've even had to move into the main festival just so you can see the thing, because it is so dark now outside in the main Mexico world. But it is honestly a very nice car indeed. Very, very quick and very grippy as well. So definitely go ahead and pick this thing up. It's only 20 points and should take you roughly about an hour, maybe even less. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching. I'll go ahead and see you all in the next one. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And feel free to go ahead and share this channel as well, because we're trying to hit 1K before the end of this year. And so far, we're doing a pretty good job. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Tech out. See ya. Okay, now to make this thing rear wheel drive.